Random House Audio presents Hidden Potential, the Science of Achieving Greater Things. Written and read for you by Adam Grant, with a full cast. Note to listeners, this audiobook includes a downloadable PDF that contains images and actions for impact from the book. In memory of Sigal Barsaid, who saw the potential in everyone. Prologue: Growing Roses from Concrete. Did you hear about the rose that grew from a crack in the concrete? Proving nature's law is wrong, it learned to walk without having feet. Funny it seems, but by keeping its dreams, it learned to breathe fresh air. The Rose That Grew from Concrete, written by Tupac Shakur. On a chilly spring weekend in 1991, some of America's sharpest young minds gathered in a hotel outside Detroit. The hall buzzed with chatter as students worked their way to their assigned seats. The moment the clock started, the room fell silent. The only sound was click, click, click. All eyes were locked on rows of black and white squares. It was the National Junior High Chess Championships. In recent years, the tournament had been dominated by teams from fancy private schools and magnet schools. They had the resources to make chess part of the school curriculum. The defending champion was Dalton, an elite prep school in New York City that had won 3 straight national titles. Dalton had built the chess equivalent of an Olympic training center. Each kindergartner took a semester of chess, and every first grader studied the game for a full year. The most talented students qualified for lessons before and after school, with one of the country's best chess teachers. Dalton's crown jewel was child prodigy Josh Waitzkin, whose life story would become the basis for the hit movie Searching for Bobby Fischer just 2 years later. Even though Josh and another star player weren't competing this year, Dalton had a formidable team. No one saw the Raging Rooks as contenders. As they walked nervously into the hotel, heads turned. They had very little in common with their wealthy white opponents. The Raging Rooks were a group of poor students of color. 6 black boys, 1 Latino, 1 Asian American. They lived in neighborhoods ravaged by drugs, violence, and crime. Most of them grew up in single-parent homes, raised by mothers, aunts, or grandmothers, with incomes less than the cost of Dalton tuition. The Raging Rooks were 8th and 9th graders hailing from JHS 43, a public middle school in Harlem. Unlike their adversaries at Dalton, they didn't have a decade of training or years of competition under their belts. Some of them had only learned the game in 6th grade. The team captain, Kassan Henry, had picked up chess at age 12 and practiced in a park with a drug dealer. At nationals, teams got to keep their highest scores and throw out the rest. Teams as large as Dalton's could drop as many as 6 scores. But the Raging Rooks barely fielded enough players to compete. Every score would count. They had no insurance policy. To have any shot at success, they would all have to perform at their peak. The Raging Rooks started strong. Early on, their weakest player upset an opponent ranked hundreds of points above him. As their coach recalls,
it was like a massive upset in round 3. When the kids saw that, they were all super psyched, super motivated. And he had beaten somebody who they all dreamt about beating. So it was a moment for the team to catalyze around that they could compete with the best players in the tournament.
The rest of the team rose to the occasion, checkmating foes who were far more seasoned. Going into the semifinals, of 63 teams competing, the Raging Rooks were in 3rd place. Despite their inexperience, they had a secret weapon. Their coach was a young chess master named Maurice Ashley. A Jamaican immigrant in his mid-20s, Maurice was on a mission to shatter the stereotype that darker-skinned kids weren't bright.